Old Time Feed in South Fairhope with Cecil Christenberry, the owner.
Hello, Ann.
Please tell me how this all began. You grew up in Mobile and came over here in 1984.
Dated my high school sweetheart. We dated actually here in Fairhope. She was from Pritchard and I was from Chickasaw. Went to Auburn, so we married about 5 days after she graduated in 76. We moved into Montgomery. We lived in Dothan. We kind of moved around. I was working for a regional co-op out of Atlanta.
Okay.
Loved it, but didn't like moving that much. We came to Baldwin County in 1984. We decided to live in Fairhope. Boy, what a decision that was. We didn't want to leave this idyllic, wonderful village. Billy Hall was the minister at the Methodist Church at that time. He said, "Why don't you open your own place?" I said, "Billy, I've got the dream. I've got the business plan. I just don't have the capital to do that." He said, "There's 3 people in our church that puts folks together, those with ideas and those with money." And I said, "Well, who are they?" The first one was Larry Chasen. I'd known Larry. I knew he was in the real estate business. So I called Larry. He asked me what I was thinking about, and I said, I'd like to have an old-fashioned store, old-fashioned feed store, and I'd like to be kind of out in the community, out of town, not, downtown, of course. He said, "Well, let's take a ride." So we came to this cow pasture on the 2-lane Reno Road, and it was perfect. It was out of town. It was on the rural route, the truck route, and whatever. We next went to Gray Cane, Chemical Manufacturing. And Mr. Kane took a piece of paper and he said, "Draw me what you envision." And I did. I actually had it already written out and drawn.
You've been thinking.
I'd been thinking for a long time because we had 2 daughters at the time. And we wanted to raise our daughters in Fairhope. In our church, in the community, we just loved it.
Right.
So Mr. Kane helped, Larry helped. Prayers were answered. And in October of 1987, with an 8-year-old, a 5-year-old, and a 2-month-old,
Wow.
we opened. You're talking about incentive to work.
So tell me about why Old Time Feed is still old-fashioned and how.
Well, our motto from day one, and this just came to me in a vision, was old-fashioned value and friendly service. I don't care where you are or who you are or what your business is. I think people appreciate that, and we still today cling to that because we love people when they come here, Someone said, "We love everyone. Some when they come and some when they leave." I take it as a challenge. When somebody comes in here having a bad day or whatever, we want to kill them with kindness, and that people need that. We're excited to still be here. Now we have the 3 daughters. We've got 3 grandsons and a granddaughter, and now they're coming in and playing in the seed bin. I don't know where the time has gone. It just seems like it has flown by. We must be having a good time.
So now you have grandchildren in the same Fairhope schools that you raised your children.
Yes.
And you, as a part of the school board, have had an even greater impact.
In 2000, I ran for the city council. I felt like I needed to give back to my community. So I served 2 terms on the city council. I will say that politics in a small town and retail is not a good marriage, because people can kind of get upset. In 2008, when I finished my 2 terms, I made the mistake of saying, "Well, I'm done with politics. I'm going to go to the store. I'm going to have a great time. I'm going to love everybody. I will never be involved in politics again." And that lasted until 2014. And I knew that Mr. Callahan had served 2 terms on the school board. No one that I knew was stepping up to run. And so I was fortunate enough to be elected. That connection with the community, it's important to me. The school board is probably one of the hardest jobs that I've ever tried to do, but I love that job. So I qualified to run for 1 more term. This is 2020. This is the election cycle, but no one qualified against me. So I will be in for 1 more term, which I'm honored to do because we've got so much growth. Mr. Tyler, our superintendent, has such a great plan. And I know that in the next term, he'll be ready to retire. And I think that's going to be such a critical decision that this school board will have to make. I hope it doesn't happen, but, the average life of a school superintendent in Alabama is like 2.5 years. He's been here 5. Fairhope High School is the largest high school in Baldwin County, and it's hard for me to envision having to build another high school on the Eastern Shore. in this area. But that's going to be a reality over the next 5-6 years or so. I want to be at the table because I want to, I want it to, not that I have all the answers, by the way, but I'm excited to have the opportunity to represent District 6. We are blessed in Baldwin County, particularly on the Eastern Shore, and most especially here in Fairhope. We have FEEF and so many wonderful organizations within our schools. We got a lot of moms and dads and grandparents, and we got a lot of people interested in our children. That is the key because they are our future. Fairhope is so special because of the people and the relationships, and I don't want to ever lose that. Right. And I know as we grow, it might get a little more difficult, but we need to cling to that.
Please come visit Cecil Christenberry here at Old Time Feed on 98, half a mile south of the hospital.
That's right, on the left-hand side. You got it.
It'll look just like this when you come, whether it's tomorrow or next year.
Come on, that's right. Thank you.
We appreciate your
so
time.
much.